Welcome back, crew. We got altcoins that are on sheer fire. Solana smashing through 200, XRP grinding, holding its own. And we got Ethereum kind of cooling off as capital rotation kicks in into the altcoins. Meanwhile, Bitcoin itself cheering, just hanging out about 119,350 right now, but the next move could melt faces with US laws passed and ETF flows flooding in. Is this the start of a true altcoin season? Let's dive in. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Welcome back, Crypto Crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto action. If you like what you see, give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe, and don't forget to come on over to X and follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto all day, every day. We're crypto maniacs here. Let's get right into it. Let's start off right here. What we're looking at: Bitcoin price right now, 119,450 range. 116,751 to right now, right here, the top right now, as we see around 119,006. Looking at Justin's trade right here, you had three freaking times you could have gotten in this trade. And I'm not saying that you got to do your own research and stuff, but man, did we call it for you. Right now, you could have bought it, you could have sold it, you could have bought it, you could have sold it, and you could have bought it again. I want to take you on over to good old FOREX, the broker of our choice. Low fees, fast execution. As you can see, Justin's trade on FOREX, the broker of our choice, low fees, fast execution. Average entry price 116,999, trading right now at 119,316.20. ROI 19.79%. Now I got to tell you a quick story. I was logged out of this account, so I had to get in by picking out bicycles, motorcycles, and they put mopeds in there. And you got to think, is a moped a motorcycle? Not really, but all right. So it took me a half hour to get back into my account because of that stupid little picture thing that you got to check. They got a bicycle in there and they got a guy riding a bicycle. So is the guy part of the bicycle or is it just the bicycle? It's totally ridiculous. So anyway, let's get right back into the charts right now. I can show you right here. We got Justin's trade sitting right here. Now, we got some key points that we have to pay attention to in Bitcoin itself. Man, I lost my mojo because 30 minutes trying to log into that crap. Here's the 2-hour famous chart right here, Bitcoin all-time high. Here is the consolidation structure that we pointed out yesterday. We're still consolidating. We haven't been able to break out above the top of the box. Now, this thing could go in either direction right now, okay? And the most important points that we got to look at, I'm going to show you on the next screen right now. But here we see Justin's standing order got filled. Look, there was a point right here today where you could have scooped, right, with a tight stop loss, like 115.8. Great trade, but let's go. Let's get something out over here. Let's get a path here right now. What we really need to happen right now is we need really Bitcoin to come up high, come back down, use this as a support, and then maybe potentially we could take out that potential high that's sitting right over there. Okay, so that was a little messy path, but look, that's what we're looking at now. I want to come on over to where we can look at the CME market gap. As you can see, the CME market gap is still open as of right now. So we got, what's going on is that we got sideways chop and Bitcoin consolidation, as you can see right here on this 2-hour chart. Now, it's a little mini 2-hour chart, but look, it's pretty important, right? Because we could actually dig into the minutia of the marketplace right now. So really what Bitcoin needs to do, it needs to pop through, say 120,000, and it's got to hold the line right here. If it can't, it's going to come back into the consolidation box. Now, as I said, this thing could go either way because right now what we're seeing is a pump up to the top. And if we get that a breakdown through the bottom of the box, right, we're looking at that 115,800 level. Now, here are the critical prices that we have to watch Bitcoin right here. Don't close below 115,700. Profit taking from institutions and waiting on clarity from the next legislation vote is actually what's keeping Bitcoin kind of pinned where it is right now. the critical short-term levels that we've been talking about, 115,007. If this level breaks, and because of some crazy thing that happens, okay, or even just a sheer profit taking, we could drive down to the 110,000, 109,000 level, where I think that level itself would be really a great place to buy it. And I'm going to put a circle right here. That would be an incredible place to be able to get long Bitcoin at, in my humble opinion. Now, the main point on this short-term chart is the 106,000 area. This is really where we started from. We 106 gave us some trouble in Bitcoin. As you could see, the to and fro of the 106. If I was continue the line, you'd see the back and forth nature until finally we broke free of this top, which was the 111,000, 112,000, which at the time was the all-time high, and now we got a brand new all-time high sitting right here. So let's just think about. Let's look at the bull market peak indicators. Right now, they are showing 0 out of 30. Okay. Now let's look at F&G. Okay, fear and greed itself. Right now, it's sitting right around 72. That it's not really quite heated up in Bitcoin because, again, where are all the retail players? Well, they're in altcoins right now, and they're also in meme coins. Those things are heating up too. So they're not really focusing so much on Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. They're actually looking to scoop some good level altcoins. And we pointed you to some of those. We pointed you to some of them. So right now we got a Bitcoin wedge that's happening. Okay. Retail's still asleep. And as I said, the Bitcoin itself, this wedge, it's a breakout wedge. If we could get through, let's say this level right here, the 121, that's the first level of resistance. And then, of course, the all-time high. That is, the breakout wedge is still good. We're still sitting on it. However, we have to be cautious with that consolidation that's happening right now. So if we look at the consolidation is a consolidation. There's nothing we can do about it. All right. So we're just waiting to see what happens, as the market digests all the news with the Genius Act and all those other bills right now. So really, retail is still asleep. The Bitcoin wedge that we just showed you here is still in play. But it could go either way. Now, let's look at Bitcoin dominance itself. We've showed you this chart before. Bitcoin dominance is coming off. Right now, it's a little bit better than yesterday, but it's basically the same price. It's around like 60.8% right now. So if we go a little bit longer term in Bitcoin, all right, we're going to be looking at this. This is a 5-wave structure is back. I want you to pay attention. Look at 2024. It's the identical setup from early 2024. Okay. This one ignited the biggest rally of the year, and we've seen the playbook before. So I mean, you just got to keep focused. Okay, we know where Bitcoin's going. Okay, is there going to be bumps in the road? Absolutely. Could we see a retrace to 110,000? Absolutely. Could you see a deeper retrace to 106? Absolutely. Could it just break out through the top right now and make an all-time new high at like 125,000? Absolutely. But we're looking a little bit longer term here where you could see the 5-wave structure. Okay. Early movers made a fortune in it. We're sitting right now in the 5-wave structure right here. Okay. Now, if you look at back here, when we were here, once we broke the top of the structure, look at the rally that happened. So now what we're looking at is we're looking at a breakout of, let me pull this up a little bit, make it a little bit neater. If we can break out above the 123, this is going to follow the same structure. The rally was intense. It's here. Okay. If we look at Bitcoin long-term monthly, okay, this is a bull flag pattern, okay, that really, this is a bull flag pattern that's been confirmed and a breakout, okay? Bull flags, we love them. We love them. When they break, we love them. Right now, we're targeting the top of the multi-year channel at 250,000. It isn't hopium. It's structure, it's momentum, and it's math, okay? Because what you do with the math is you take the pole and you add that difference, and you're going to get the actual trade level that you're looking for. That's the geometry. You take the top, you go down to the bottom, you add that up, and then guess what? Once you get the breakout, boom, you get up $250,000 target. I'm telling you, This is what generational wealth setups look like. Now, if we move on to Ethereum, we could look at this chart right here. I want to first start with this chart right here. Now, we showed you just this chart before. The rotation has started. It's the same signal as 2020, same chart. Back then, Ethereum went vertical. This time, it's bigger, faster, and it's institutional. BlackRock, Fidelity, State Street are all involved in Ethereum. Okay, now you're going to ride it, and you're going to get left behind. Now, don't be fooled by the cool off, as altcoins are stealing some thunder from Ethereum and Bitcoin. So let's get a little bit deeper into Ethereum itself. Let's come over to this chart right here. I could show you this chart. Ethereum's current price right now is 3,697. The range has been 3,630 to what we went up to like 3,750 or so. We got right now what the trend is. It's a pullback after recent highs. Watching DeFi flows and Ethereum staking narrative. That's in the background. So the risk is losing ground to high beta alts and ETF excitement around Solana and XRP right now. So we got a little bit of a cool off. But look, I want to show you this. I kept this chart up because if you look at 2016 to 2017, we got the same range, we got the same fake out, and we got the same breakout that's occurring right now. Right here, if you look at Ethereum itself, we had some resistance here. We had the bear trap right below this low right here. It's kind of like if you think of a Wyckoff setup, right? Market came down through this previous low, and then the spring happened. But really, there was actually right in here would have been the creek. Right, we would have been actually trying to cross the creek again here, and then once the breakout happened, bang, we had a huge movement upward in Ethereum. So this is exactly what we're seeing here, 2024, 2025, same exact movement. Look, if we come back over, look at this low. See how we kind of like came through this low, or it just touched it. It was a bear trap. Market's coming up. This is where we're sitting right now. Now, could we get a little bit of a rejection here? Yeah, and that's actually what Justin is looking for. He's actually looking for a pullback in Ethereum to get back long Ethereum. Let's see if it works out. Tomorrow's a live stream, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Get in it. Get in it, right? Tomorrow, right? Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I forget the days. It's Wednesday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, tomorrow. All right. So, really, right now, he's expecting that pullback. And you can question him that in the live trading room tomorrow. Make sure you get into our Telegram community as well. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's go over to this chart right here. I forget what I loaded up here. Ah, yes, a different look at Bitcoin dominance. And we have altcoin season knocking. And that's where everybody is. They're all looking for really good altcoins. We gave you some suggestions, HBAR, AXL. We talk about get in a live stream because Justin will cover those. Ask questions like, hey, what altcoins are you guys really zeroing in on? And we'll give you the answer right now. So we're seeing that altcoin season is knocking. Bitcoin dominance broke down. We showed you that chart before, the earlier chart. And right now we got a monthly engulfing rejection, okay? A bearish engulfing candle right here. For those of you guys that are into that Japanese candlestick stuff, it's right here. That's actually showing that the dominance is going to continue to fall. Look, we have the bearish crossover here on the MACD. Look, it's the same setup as early 2021. Alts went vertical, 10x across the board. Don't wait, get in, okay? Be early. Be loud, man. Get in on your coins of your choice. So right now we got Solana breaking up above over 200, up 10% in the last 24 hours, leading the altcoin rally with strong ETF inflows and momentum traders piling on the trade. XRP is holding tight, right around 350, right? 360, some serious strength. Institutional narrative and ETF rumors equal juice for this coin, okay? Meme coins and mid caps. Doge, Penju, Snort, all ripping. Snort. Now, I would have probably bought that in the 90s just for the name alone. But we got ADA, BNB also waking up as capital rotates down the risk curve. So the total market all-time cap is surging while Bitcoin dominance slips. And I'll show you this chart. Total crypto market bull flag breakout. We love the bull flags. Told you before. Total crypto market cap just broke out from a textbook flag pattern, testing 4.5 trillion on the target. This is the ignition point. When this moves, everything's going to move. Front run or fall behind, your choice. All right, let's go on. What's happening behind the scenes? What are the key catalysts? Okay, we got crypto legislation shifts. We got the Genius Act. We got stablecoin regulation that has been passed. We got the Clarity Act next. Expect to unlock even more capital flow into DeFi. We got altcoins that are on fire. JP Morgan jumping in the game, exploring crypto-backed lending. Dynamics launching 1.5 billion Ethereum yield machine. You got Bitmine accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum at scale. ETF madness we have going on. Leveraged ETFs on Sol and XRP are driving mass volume. Retail apes and pros alike piling into structured alt plays. So bottom line, we got Bitcoin and Ethereum are both consolidating right now at higher levels. We got Solana and XRP leading the next leg of the alt rally. We got meme coins flashing retail heat. Institutions are quietly scooping while the headlines scream alt season has begun. All right, before we wrap up, crew, we're going to make sure that you're well aware of our free trading community where you can get in the live streams, and also we drop insane alpha and trading opportunities. It is now a free Telegram community. You spoke, we listened. We developed for you a Telegram trading community. You just click that link, you'll be taken over to this site right there. You can join the group. It's completely free. It's already growing. It's 146 subscribers. Man, that's up a lot in a couple of days. Maybe I got to start a free Telegram group for my Forex stuff. Right now, if you want, you want to join us with our broker of choice, you click this link right here. You'll be taken over to WEX, our broker of choice. Low fees, fast execution. Look at the ROI on this trade. Also, there's some open orders here, and I'm not going to even show them to you because I want you in the live stream tomorrow where Justin can actually go over 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Put it on the books if you're around, even if you're at work, open up the live stream, whatever, just be careful. The boss is always lurking, So what do you got to do? Well, you got to come on over to X. You got to follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. All right, just for conclusion, all right, final thought. Keep your eyes on the Bitcoin consolidation, okay? That's really important. Keep your eye on that because if the coil snaps, it's going to unleash the next wave of capital. But right now, it's altcoin time. If you want, tell us what you're looking at. Are you in Solana? Are you in XRP? Give us an idea of what you're doing. And remember, always, 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 as a short-term trader, what do you got to do? Well, you got to join the trading community. Second thing you got to do is you got to get in the live streams, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday and on Saturdays. And then the third thing you got to do is you got to trade with your head, not over it. Do your own research as a sub to 3, and also always as a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.